Welcome back to the Master Eater channel, everybody. Today, we all like football, don't we, lads?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, someone said no, but yes. The Euros are coming up, and so what better time than to make a video on every European qualified team's most dangerous player. So this could be their best player, the most underrated player, the player that will do the best and help the country in this upcoming tournament.
For instance, you could have Quincy Promes because he stabbed his relatives.
I didn't know that, but thanks for sharing.
Dangerous.
We'll go in alphabetical order, okay? So, first of all, Austria.
Austria.
Well, I put David
Promes
Alaba
isn't. So,
I did not.
because. Well, why not? Did you put Paulson?
No, I said Sabitzer.
I put Sabitzer as
It's,
well.
oh. Are we talking dangerous or are we talking best for their team?
Best for the team.
dangerous.
Oh,
well, then I go
both.
David Alaba. If we're talking about dangerous for another team, yes, Sabitzer.
Well,
sure
It
is that-
depends on where Alaba
Yeah, he's-
plays, because he can play centre back, CDM, and left back.
although
Well,
I
Alaba's
believe
definitely gonna
Alaba's
be
a
the
solid
best.
defender,
The most important player.
Sabitzer against England, he had quite a few chances, and all of them were extremely close.
Well, Alaba's transferred to Madrid, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's true. it's
500k
true.
a week, lad.
Okay, on to Belgium. Now, I'm sure we all know who Matt's gone for, being the
Yes.
Man City fanboy. And I have to agree with him there. Although he's injured, he is phenomenal.
For the first game,
Kevin De Bruyne.
I
too.
have gone different.
Have you?
Lukaku.
Big Rom.
Roma,
William
yeah. He was my
I love
second choice. He's
I
great.
love Big Rom.
He's a close
Jacob?
second.
Did you go
I
KDB?
Lukaku as well.
Oh, Lukaku. Okay, so on to Croatia. And I've gone for a bit of a one you wouldn't really expect, and I'm sure Tommy will really like this guy. Well, let's see what you guys went for first.
I would have gone for Rakitic, but he hasn't been picked.
Oh,
I went with Luka
So I think he was better than Modric last World Cup.
I think
Well, he
he's
was more
retired.
important to them last World Cup. He might have done, I don't know. But I think he was more important to Croatia than Modric last World Cup. But anyway, I went for Modric because
because Rakitic
yeah, he's
wasn't
good.
there. Okay, Jacob, you went what, sir?
I went with Modric as well.
Tommy?
I went with Ivan Perisic.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah,
Scored
I was
against
thinking
England.
about going with him. So
As was I. Now, I went for a younger player, I think. He's younger anyway. But he's class, from what I've seen. And it's Orsic. Scored a hat-trick
Oh,
against
yeah.
Tottenham. Remember that?
he's quite good on his day.
I don't remember his first name.
I don't remember anything.
Who was that?
Scored 3 deflections.
Yeah.
What? How did we lose to a racist team? I don't understand.
Okay, without much further ado, let's go on to the Czech Republic. There's really only two options here, and it depends which team you prefer.
I went for the CDM, I can't remember his name.
Thomas Suchek.
Yes.
I went for
Same.
Thomas Suchek as
I
well.
went with Suchek as well. Wait,
So
if
we
I
all went
may ask,
Suchek.
second option.
Kufal.
Yeah, Kufal.
Kufar's good.
He was my other
They're the
option.
only two I've heard of, to be honest.
Well,
Suchek's
Suchek's been,
been
like,
so solid.
very good for West Ham.
Suchek and yeah, Lingard, the Lingardinho Suchek and Rice. The link-up's been very nice from what I've seen.
Peas and rice. Haha.
Yeah. Okay then, we're all in agreement. First time. Denmark.
The Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg for Denmark.
Ooh, that's not who I chose.
No, it's
I
quite
went with Ericsson, lad. I don't know why you've
You
gone
went
with
with the
Boyd.
obvious
I
one.
didn't go for Ericsson, I think it's been. I went for. 1 second.
Right, while Matt's doing that, I went for Kasper Schmeichel.
Yeah, I see him as
Yeah, I went for Schmeichel.
I
That's
see
what I
him,
went for.
yeah, just keeping them
He'll be
alive, to
very
be
important
honest.
to Denmark.
He
Ericsson's
will
been on
save
form.
so many.
9 goals, 11 assists.
England!
We might need to go back to this. I think there's only one player that's the most dangerous player for England this summer, and
It's
Harry Kane.
coming on.
Nah, it's got to be Phil Foden.
City
Oh,
fanboy.
The Man City fan is going to
I've gone with Harry
I've
Kane.
gone for a weird one.
Have you?
Me, because he said Danger Man. Jack Grealish.
Yeah, I thought about that.
I would say that, but I think Harry Kane's going to win the Golden Boot overall.
I
Grealish is
think
going to be the surprise turn up at the Euros.
Harry Kane's 6-1 to win the Golden Boot, so I'd probably bet on that.
Harry
he
Kane
won
Kane
the
will
Russian one, and he's just incredible at finishing. But yeah, Grealish is someone you do want with the ball outside the box.
I'd
He's
say
so good at winning
Phil
fouls as well.
Foden is the most dangerous. Either him or Harry Kane. I put him or Harry Kane. I couldn't decide because
fair
either.
enough.
No, it'll be good, Phil Foden.
I had
reckon this will be his breakthrough
another
spot.
option if Kane was too boring, and that's Bukayo Saka. He played really well.
He played well last week, and before that he's been absolute.
It's been good for Arsenal.
I think he'll have a
He's like,
breakthrough
what, is he 18
in
years
this
old?
tournament. and
I
he'll
reckon
make
Bellingham
the
will do
first
better than
team.
Saka.
Hmm.
Bellingham will be
Maybe.
played. Saka won't be.
Saka's scored 5 and assisted 3 for the entire season.
Anyway, more
Yeah, he
England
doesn't play
content
up
to
front.
come, okay? Finland! There's only really one that's outfield, and that's Timu Pukki. Amazing at finishing.
Yeah, I'd play him.
You could take
I don't know anyone else.
I put Hradaki.
Yeah, the
Hradecki,
goalkeeper.
yeah, that's.
Radaki. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I went with Pukki because I've seen him tear apart championship teams, and he's just got himself promoted, so not too shabby.
France.
France. I
Kante.
Ungolo.
N'Golo
Mbappe's good. Mbappe is good, but Kante.
No, Mbappe.
Matt, I don't know what you've got against him. He's got more goal contributions than Messi this season.
Mbappe will be really good. Yeah, but he plays in the French league. Doesn't matter. Their stats don't matter.
I went for someone who was
Can I
a
just
bit.
point out my analogy quickly?
Okay.
If the Euros was a kitchen, France would be the chef, and N'Golo Kante would be Ratatouille pulling on their hair.
That's
Okay,
a good
that's
analogy,
smart.
Jacob. Hang on. My French player is a bit different, and I think he's going to be the one feeding the goals to Mbappe. And I went with Karim Benzema. He's got a very high work rate off the ball, and I'm sure
When you
he'll be
said feeding
assisting.
goals, I thought you were going to say Griezmann.
No, I'd consider Griezmann.
I think it's going to be Mbappe and Benzema fighting for a slot in that 4-3-3 that Deschamps plays.
I reckon that.
Mbappe's playing over Benzema.
No,
Yeah.
Deschamps will start Giroud because he loves Giroud. And Giroud's really good.
Giroud is good.
Deschamps hates Benzema, and he only put Benzema aside, and only put that beef aside, probably because
Yeah, because
Yeah, choice.
of the group and stuff. And I mean, Benzema missed a pen the other day, so it's not going to help his chances. And obviously, Mbappe's going to start over him if he has to
Giroud has
choose.
been solid for France.
On to
And it's not his fault.
the second place of that group. Oi, Germany. No, there's a lot of good players to choose
I was
from.
stuck between 3 people. I couldn't decide.
I got
Yeah.
2 people in my head. But I didn't know who to go with between them.
All right,
And
well,
one of them you're going to laugh at me for. But
no, that's fair enough. I went for Kai Havertz because he started off a bit shakily at Chelsea, but I watched him in the Champions League with all of you.
No, I guess the one person that
And he
Matt's
did
going
very
to
well.
I went with Werner.
Werner, of
Same.
course. I thought about that.
He's really good.
he's really good. Every
He's
time
good off
I
the
didn't
ball.
watch him, and I thought, oh, he's such a flop. And then I started watching him in the Champions League. He's so good.
Low plays and left wing as well. He will play there and he will do good.
I put Werner, Muller, or Kimmich.
Yeah.
I couldn't decide between them.
Muller's
Like,
got experience.
Muller's
I love
got the most amount of assists in Europe this season.
I was stuck
Like,
between.
probably the reason Lewandowski, let's be honest, he is the reason Lewandowski broke the goal scoring record.
I was stuck between Kimmich and Gnabry.
Gnabry, yeah, I didn't think about Gnabry. He's
I
been
did, but I don't
decent.
think he's
I don't
quite
think
as
he'll
good.
He hasn't been
he
great.
is integral. Kimmich is
Kimmich's
pretty good.
solid.
He's young.
He's a great
He's such a good
defensive
angle.
player.
I think that's who I was confusing it with. I thought David Alaba was 24. I think Kimmich's 24.
Yeah, because I went with Kimmich.
Kimmich's quite young.
Right, yeah, Kimmich was another one of my options. On to Hungary. There was only one player I'd heard of, and that was their goalkeeper.
I knew
I heard of Orban.
Go out and
Hungary.
see.
See, I put Auburn, but there is a guy I'd heard of called like I looked him up. He's called Zoba, or no, like Zoba Sly. He's like 20 years old.
That's who I said.
And he's not been picked though, Jake, because he's injured.
Oh.
I would have put him
In that
because
case,
he
I will
literally
go with
carried Hungary into getting into the Euros, but then he got injured. So I put Auburn.
I'd say with all.
You're right.
And then
I reckon Hungary will win their group.
That's the one with Portugal, France, and Germany, isn't it? That's so unfair.
That's the
No,
easiest group.
I think Hungary might be in with a good chance of that coming in third place.
Thing is, all they have to do is like beat one of them on an off day, and if the others are all equally good, then they'll just
They do South
draw.
Korea.
They'll just
You're
draw.
unlikely to find either of them have an off day when the games are so close.
Well,
Unless they've lost like their
Yes.
two big games.
okay,
If
they
Germany
don't really
lose
have
their
a
two big
chance.
games-
Let's move on.
I do genuinely think they'll finish third in that group and not Germany.
Hungary.
Germany will
Germany will do
finish
well, I think.
top of that group. They'll be great this tournament.
No, I reckon France will come fourth or first.
Okay,
I reckon France will get cursed.
I reckon they
so-
won't do as well as Italy.
Next,
is
I
good.
put Insigne.
Insigne,
I said Immobile.
Chiesa I've got in my fantasy team.
I thought
And
about
Insigne and
Immobile.
Immobile, who just
Yeah,
scored
I
for
have
Italy.
Immobile in my team.
Verratti, which is
Verratti.
yeah, he's
That's
really
a
good
shot,
at
actually.
dribbling
He's
and
He's underrated.
He
You
only
can
Controls-
put
just-
Jorginho, to be fair.
controls the
He's
midfield
so
game.
disrespectful. So
Yeah.
disrespectful.
Jorginho's good.
Verratti only
is.
just got selected. He was like the Trent Alexander-Arnold of there.
Jacob, if you don't rate Verratti, that is proof you do not watch.
No, I do rate him. I'm just saying that he barely got selected.
Netherlands. Now I think
Depay.
it would have been Van Dijk if you weren't injured.
I went with
But
Frankie De Jong.
I was stuck between De Jong and De Ligt, and I went with De Ligt.
I was between
with
De Jong and Depay, but I
Depay's
went
had a
with Depay.
brilliant season.
He's off to Barca.
And he's
isn't he?
moved to Barcelona as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
Yeah, I reckon
speculate.
he's got great finishing as well.
It's been the same situation at Juventus, where De Ligt had a mad season, but I don't think Juventus have done as well, because
Fifth.
you can't get one defender to just carry your team.
Juventus
can
played better without Ronaldo.
Chiellini left. Is Chiellini still there?
He's been picked.
He's playing for Italy. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still at
but
Juventus.
in Juventus,
Then
he's getting
for
old.
AC Milan.
But every player for Italy seems old.
The black striker who played for Everton or whatever.
Moise
Oh,
Kean.
Yeah,
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah, he seemed
Kane?
quite.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Keane.
I think
No, it's Italian.
Is he even picked?
No, he's
No.
not picked. Otherwise, I would have chosen.
He needs more time to gel.
Bad at Everton. Yeah,
He
but he
was.
scored in the
Then he moved and he was really
Champions
good.
League.
Take a PSG on loan, and he's
Yes.
really good now.
Exactly, that's why I thought you might have been picked.
Yeah, there's going to be quite
Alright.
a big transfer thing about him over the summer.
On to North Macedonia now.
Let me bring out the calculator for this one.
There's only one good player in this.
I'm going through my strategic choice for this
I
man.
put Enes Bardi because he's the only one I've ever heard.
I went
Go
with
ahead, Tommy.
Alioski.
Basically, I was playing Among Us a few months ago, and I fell headfirst into a vent. In that vent, I saw Leeds, and I was like,
Yeah,
you know who
Alioski.
plays for Leeds? Stuart Dallas. He's been very good for Northern Ireland. And then I remembered he's Northern Irish, so I went for the person opposite towards him,
Alioski.
Struick, and I realised that Struick was actually Dutch and hadn't actually been picked.
A few moments later.
And I ended up with Alioski.
Well,
by
thank
winning the
you,
tournament.
Tommy, for that lovely story.
You're very
Um,
welcome.
On to Poland. Now, I feel like we've probably all gone
No,
for the same.
I went with Milik.
You see, that is just to spur controversy.
You could have gone with Hamshik.
No.
I don't really know how good he's been.
This is Slovakian man.
Oh, never mind.
The only person there that I could see getting it is Lewandowski.
Portugal. Now, there's
I
actually
went
a
for
lot
Diogo
of...
Jota.
I also
Yeah.
went for Jota. I
Yeah.
reckon my reasoning was I think he has the ability to outscore Cristiano Ronaldo in this tournament.
Let's say.
Ronaldo's so bad.
let's say Ronaldo,
I wouldn't say that.
you know, contrary
I don't
to
think he's as good in for country. He's like Messi, isn't he? He's not as good as for country.
contrary to popular possibility, let's say Ronaldo drops his ego
No.
and allows Jota to play in the middle of the park and actually score goals instead of just shooting from out and hoping he scores and having himself to score every goal. Then Jota will be the best player of the tournament. Otherwise, Portugal will come third or fourth. Ronaldo will be the reason.
Jacob, Ronaldo has carried Portugal on his back in every single tournament.
Yeah, but I don't think he's
Not
gonna
in, no, in Euro 2016 he didn't.
He did.
He did not carry them.
I thought
Who
Pepe
did?
did quite good.
No one. They were a good team,
They were a good team.
and they
yeah.
had an easy knockout draw.
Arguably, they've got a better team now, a stronger team now. Although
They've
I
got a
don't know if
stronger
they gel better. So they got Fernandes.
They didn't really have a very good team in Euros.
Ruben Diaz has just broken through and he's incredible now.
Yeah, you
Although-
could say him, I guess.
He hasn't. Has he played much with the Portuguese team, first team?
Portugal will not gel.
He doesn't have Stones with him,
No,
so he's got
Portugal will
Pepe.
not work well together.
Ronaldo.
They work as well. It's because Stones relies on.
They'll keep forcing into to
Yeah, I
Ronaldo.
know.
They'll keep forcing it to Ronaldo, and everyone
Ronaldo will want it forced himself. And yeah, they will force it to Ronaldo, that's right.
If you man mark Ronaldo, then Portugal will they'll crash out.
Russia. I think mine's quite controversial, but I don't know what you guys have put, so I don't know what it is.
I wasn't
I put
really
Donovan.
sure.
So
I put. Sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. Alexei Miranchuk. I
Yeah,
think.
he was. Yeah, that's who I put because he was really good in the World Cup. for
Yeah.
them. He scored.
Russia
he
did
scored
well in the
with-
World Cup. They opened the
they did well in the first
tournament
game.
out. They got further
No, they
than
got to
expected.
quarterfinals.
They beat
Yeah.
Spain.
But they were probably on drugs.
For legal reasons, he's joking.
No, I think they, well...
Jacob,
but yes,
watch that Russia-Spain game and then come back to me.
Miranchuk scored in both his debuts, apparently, according to a bit of research I did. Scotland.
John McGinn.
I thought about that.
I put Robertson.
I said Kieran
I'm being
Tierney.
boring.
I put Tierney as well.
Robertson was so good the other day. Did you see his ball?
Yeah, I did.
Hmm.
And it came from Tierney, doesn't it? Not.
Scotland will play the most dangerous counter-attack in football. And they could very well be, yes.
Both
If
their
they
wing
play
backs
Robertson
are
left
fast.
mid, then they could actually be very dangerous.
Thomas
Both
Souček
England and
will
Scotland
run
could get first in our group. Croatia won't. But England and
Thomas
Scotland.
Souček will run rings around Scotland.
Nah, Scotland are good, Jacob.
Scotland are a unit.
Scotland will absorb the pressure and just counter-attack, and they're so
I
swift.
don't.
The issue for them, I think, is they just don't have a target man. Scotland.
Well, they got some decent strikers.
Leon Griffiths is underrated.
I mean, if
He's
Robertson
actually
can
very
keep putting it on a plate for them, then it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Slovakia.
But for Skriniar,
I went
so That's a
Skriniar.
good shout.
I
went
reckon-
for Hamsik Miracles.
Yeah, I went
He's
for
just a
Hamsik.
box of dots with
It's
it.
his last. It's his last get at a tournament with Slovakia. He's gonna just give it.
has he been good? Is he still good?
He's been just above average,
You know,
but he wasn't started for most of the games for nothing.
Spain.
went with someone who was the danger man for them in
Me
that
too.
6-0 win over Germany a few weeks ago.
As I think we've gone for the same player. Matt, have you? A City
I've gone for
fanboy?
Gerard Moreno.
Oh, you have? Oh, wow. Because there's a
Tommy?
few City players, and they are
I went with
quality.
Marcus Llorente.
Okay.
I
went
think
with
Me
I
and
went with
Jacob went
Ferran
for
Torres.
I don't know how good
Torres,
Gerard
yeah.
Moreno is for Spain, but he's been pretty good at club level. Ferran Torres and Diego Jota are the two that I think could be really good this
If given the
tournament,
right,
already
if given the right
Yeah.
surroundings,
Dad
seen-
thinks that Spain will win, and after looking deeper into Spain, generally see why I'd say that. It's just
Yeah,
because
my
everyone's
grand-
underrating them now because they didn't take Ramos.
My granddad said it would be Portugal.
That's why they have
Spain.
more Brighton players than Real Madrid players.
Yeah. It's because Luis Enrique's the manager.
Sweden. Ibra's
I
not
don't-
going.
Oh, yeah, I said with Alexander Isak because I think.
Yeah,
he's-
same.
I put.
I went with
I
the
think with-
Juve guy.
I think with
Kudelski.
Ibrahimovic absent, Isaac's gonna shine.
Isaac's 6'6", he's massive.
I went for
That's why I brought it up.
Olsen, who
I did
is
see
quite
it.
old.
I did see him.
Olsen's been in the game for a while, and he served, I think, 4 years.
He
Played
was-
4
He was
years
in my
for
FIFA
Norwich.
17 Ultimate Team.
I don't know. He's got experience, and I reckon
I
he
think
could be captain material.
He played with Gladbach or
it's,
something.
when Matt said that Torres will be the breakout one, I've replaced him with Kulusevski. Kulusevski would be great.
I'll pretend to I know who that is.
You know the Juve youngster,
What nation?
young winger, Sweden.
Oh, not really, but I'm sure I will when I buy
He
FIFA
scored
22.
against. Yeah, he probably will.
On to Switzerland then. There's a few.
For me, it was between Xhaka and Zakaria. But I went with Zakaria.
I put Shaqiri.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I said Shaqiri as well. He did really well in that
I
World
went,
Cup.
yeah, I went for Shaqiri. He doesn't play often, but he's class when he does play. His finishing is
I know.
great.
I saw
It's
his
an unpopular
assist for
opinion
the.
for me. Shaqiri is the most overrated baller of all mankind.
It's
Yeah, but he
so
scores
bad.
bicycle kicks, Tommy.
His bicycle kick was sick.
Oh yes, a bicycle kick. One goal that happens every maybe 200, 300 shots.
You
It's going
say
to take
that, but we
them.
rated
into
Wayne
the
Rooney
Euros.
for years because he did that in the Manchester derby.
I haven't rated Rooney just because he scored a bicycle against City.
The
I
only
do.
memorable thing I remember him doing.
Rooney's one of the greatest assisters and playmakers of.
Yeah. But he scored a bicycle kick, Tommy.
Manager.
Yeah, whatever. Turkey.
Your face is ugly.
See Yilmaz as the only suitable option for Turkey because he
I went
shone
Soyuncu.
I went
He-
Sion.
I would have gone for Yilmaz, but
I put Kalhan ugly.
a few weeks ago. So
My reasoning is that Turkey have got a solid-ish defense of Sayuncu and Kabak, the new Liverpool signing. Relatively.
yeah, but
new.
I don't rate Kabak.
I don't really either, but at least it's someone we've heard of.
I said Yilmaz because I think he impressed with Turkey a few weeks ago.
he is really good.
He'll be in the team.
I don't know much about him, so.
I would have gone him to be cool, but you know, sorry.
if you
If we're
don't
talking
rate
about
Lewandowski,
importance
you
to the
can't rate
team,
Yilmaz.
Soyuncu's probably more important than Yilmaz.
I completely forgot about Soyuncu.
On to Ukraine, the penultimate team.
Oh yes, I wonder who.
doing?
I wonder who
Now,
the Man City fans.
There's a Man City player, and then there's
Sorry,
other
who's this?
people.
This is
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
I
Oh,
think
I went Zinchenko. He's the best
Zinchenko.
left back in the league. He's the best left back in the league.
I've never heard of him.
I never heard of Zinchenko.
I've never heard his name.
That's
being
like saying
spoken
you've never
before.
heard of Roberto Carlos.
Never heard of him.
He's good, but I don't know if he's that good yet.
Okay, who would you
But
go
he
for
has
then?
got potential.
Yarmolenko?
I went.
Yes, Yarmolenko.
No.
I went to Zinchenko as well, just because I do
Zinchenko.
rate him.
Zinchenko's playing in the midfield anyway.
I didn't
I
think he was too
did not
good, and
think
then I
of
watched the
anyone else.
Champions League final.
Okay,
On
so-
to the final country, Wales, and there's actually quite a few names you could choose from here.
I put Gareth Bale because I didn't look at anyone. You bothered?
Al Robson-Kanu is the best Welsh player ever to exist.
I... sad Ryan Gigg noises.
There's only one man that's good for Wales, and that's Nico Williams.
Oh, that's that. That was that centre back, wasn't it?
That Liverpool player who played one game.
Now,
And is the best defender in the league.
there are 3 Luton players in the Welsh
shut
team.
up, Alan.
Did you potentially go with Joe Morrell?
Morel,
But
no, I
sad
didn't.
bias and
He's
what
very
is-
small. But if I actually went with Daniel James, I think he'll be very good. I think he'll be fast and
Daniel
just
James
fast.
pretty-
But if fit, Tom Lockyer is incredible. Well, I've watched him a lot for
I don't know who
Luton,
these
and
people
he's
are.
very good.
I
I need
went
to
with
educate myself.
Very
well.
good centre back.
In the championship.
In the Championship, that's true.
For a team that finished 15th, I can see.
Yeah, well, who says
There's
that the
nothing-
championship
there's
isn't better than the
nothing
French team?
wrong with finishing in the championship.
Me!
Well, you're wrong.
At least we finished in the Championship, Jacob.
Shut up.
Hey,
Okay, got Nene.
Can we do 2 predictions or 3 predictions before we end off the video, please?
About what?
Can we do player of the tournament, young player of the tournament, and golden boot?
Alright. Golden Glove as well.
Oh yeah. Well, Edison's gonna win Golden Glove.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's in the Euros.
Predict winners.
Young
as
player
well.
of the tournament, Foden. Player of the tournament, Foden. Golden Glove, Foden. Golden Boot, Foden. There we go.
And on that
winners-
note, bye.
Oh.